What's up guys, KplaysHere. Well, it took until the first title update, but we finally got us some gear for the final boss of Monster Hunter Wilds. More importantly, we got that final boss's hunting horn. And even more importantly though, possibly the most important fact of all, we have a hunting horn that actually makes the air guitar focus strike animation make sense. This beautiful angelic meets demonic horn is the blazing Gariel. Gariel hearketh from on high, thou who seeketh judgment,
may the melody of this horn proclaim the cessation of all.
There is no reason for a weapon description to go that hard. I'm sure the ones for the other weapons are equally fire, but this is a hunting horn review, so there's something y'all are going to have to find on your own time. While I have you here though,
let's listen to those cessation proclaiming melodies.
If any of you are waiting for the Zinogre horn to get some guitar riffing doots, I'm pretty sure Gariel has that one beat. On the off chance that we get another hard rocking horn, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this one blows those out of the water in the stats and songs department too. Can you guys tell that I like this horn? Because I think I'm making it a little obvious that I really like this horn. But I digress. 220 true raw places this one right around the above average mark for attack power. 5% affinity, which is better than nothing or negatives. Like most default Audion horns, this will let you hit 90% affinity with the current meta set. Of course, with Blazing Gariel, there are some usage cases where we'll actually want to switch things up on that meta set, but we'll get there in a bit. Going through the rest of the stats, we have 250 Dragon Element, which I'm both surprised and not surprised about. Surprised because if you fought Scorcher, I wouldn't fault you for fully expecting his weapons to be Fire Element, especially for reasons we'll be getting to soon. And not surprised because, let's be real. The chances for an endgame monster like Scorcher to have Dragon Element on its weapon is historically extremely high. Pretty much a coin flip at this point. In any case though, at just 250, this is less of an elemental weapon and more of a raw focus weapon that just has an extra edge against monsters with even a slight dragon weakness. Coming around to the songs, we have the Purple Blue Orange song list, which offers up offset melody and a decent selection of general purpose buffs. Echo Wave Blunt for extra stunning power, the nice and efficient attack and defense combo song, Defense Up L because Capcom's always like this list to stay forever redundant, Stamina Use Reduced for your bow and dual blade wielding teammates, and All Wind Resistance, which will come in handy once we get more monsters with high grade wind pressure. The health regen bubble fits the theme of the monster this horn comes from perfectly, allowing you too to slowly recover from any damage you take. And last but certainly not least, we have Scorcher's weapon's unique skill, White Flame Torrent. To describe White Flame Torrent in the short and simple way, this skill basically gives you an extra pop of damage every few hits, which technically makes Blazing Gariel stronger than anything else with similar stats by default. Like, for example, the Elementless Ardian Horn, which has almost the exact same set of factors going for it. Yeah, we're skipping straight to that reveal. Blazing Gariel snatches a spot in the three-way tie for best raw horn, alongside G Resounding Galahad and Warkonga. If you hadn't made a raw on Multica yet, you can safely skip it, and if you have, well then congratulations, you got a free Ardian weapon to burn for some more RNG rolls on your status and elemental ones. The pool of meta Ardian horns is disappearing surprisingly fast, with both Gariel and Mizu's Summoning Belt replacing 2 of the 10 flavors of Build-A-Horn we had in the base game. Will the streak continue in later title updates? Only time will tell. To give you guys a bit of a deeper explanation of what White Flame Torrent is doing for Blazing Gariel though, I'll share the details I learned from Dreaming Suntide's breakdown. Great channel for anyone who's really interested in the specifics of game mechanics like this, by the way. I definitely suggest checking his stuff out. What we're looking at is an internal invisible counter. You'll get a random roll of 1 to 3 checks that can become active every 3 seconds. If you attack with an active check, you'll remove it, and once you remove them all, you'll get an extra hit of damage. Note that not every attack qualifies for this though. Similar to skills like Flare, with Hunting Horn you're mostly looking at your physical non-sound wave hits. By default you'll deal 50 true damage. Normal damage increasing methods don't seem to affect these at all, but there is one way to increase these hits. The Scorcher Set bonus on Rathalos and Guardian Rathalos gear. With 2 pieces of Wrath gear, your White Flame Torrent procs will deal 60 true damage and also acts if you had 300 fire element on the hit. And with 4 pieces, the max set bonus bumps those numbers up to 80 true damage and 800 fire respectively. This is what I was referring to earlier when I mentioned that there's an alternate set for Blazing Gariel, and that I found it a bit odd that they decided to go with Dragon Element. The Scorcher Synergy would have been naturally paired even better with the Zoshia weapons if they were fire, because they'd let you lean even harder into the elemental weakness. As it is though, fire is still a relatively common thing for most monsters to be at least somewhat vulnerable to, and the true damage is boosted too even if you ignore the extra fire altogether. So this weapon armor matchup still works against anything you want to bring it against. Blazing Gariel is incredibly versatile thanks to this and its catch-all set of utility effects, allowing us to either run the typical meta set for a general purpose approach, or lean into a 2 or 4 piece Scorcher build depending on how much we want to focus on boosting that free damage from the built-in skill. And when it comes to getting the job done, White Flame Torrent is a benefit at any end in the skill spectrum. If you're above average to speedrunner levels of good at the game, the extra free damage is just extra free damage. If you rank more around the casually average range or below though, the mechanics behind the skill will make it even stronger. The less consistently you play or the less openings you take, the more the White Flame procs will make the attacks you do land count. Consider the Scorcher builds if this applies to you to beef up those hits as much as you need to. Whichever way we go with it, we're able to give ourselves and others a small bump in attack power, a large increase in defense, extra stamina, some useful health regen for survivability. Pretty much every main stat is getting some attention from this horn. It's worth noting that the health regen bubble specifically makes this the strongest healing horn we have in the game currently. Not necessarily in terms of healing obviously, but more from the perspective of hitting hard while sharing around some passive recovery. Other horns like Queen Chordmaker or Grudgehounder Urga may pack more pure healing power, but when all you need is a little extra sustainability and a dead monster, Blazing Gariel should be your go-to to get the job done. In short, this horn 100% makes my list of must-have dude sticks. Hits hard, supports well, looks and sounds amazing, and its built-in freebie effect makes it both unique from a set building perspective and incredibly effective for taking down monsters. Most of the rest of the horns in the game come with more common built-in skills, so their videos most likely won't be partially turning into a skill/armor set review like the last one and this one. But honestly, I'd be totally down for later title updates to bring us more options like this. Weapons with exclusive abilities on them are cool. And that goes double for hunting horns since we already get a grab bag of extra goodies with every option we pick up. How are you guys liking Blazing Gariel though? Let me know in the comments, along with how many hunts against Zoshia it took for you to finally fully craft it. I'm planning on doing this for most if not all the horns in the game, so if you're not subscribed, now's the time if you want to be notified when your favorite comes up. In fact, let's make a fun little game of these and see if you can guess the next one after each video. Till then though, this has been another KPlays and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.